What's up, everyone? This is the Next Tape Podcast, episode 128 with Mikel
and Tanyka.
where we have conversations on different topics. So today, we're going to be doing a theme episode, and
Mm-hmm.
Tanika will provide us the information on that.
Yep. So we're going to be talking about the dangers of certain sports, mainly football,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
boxing as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about CTE,
Mm-hmm.
and also we kind of talking about a case kind of involving CTE. Then I'm sure, I think a lot of people will recognize the case, but
Yeah.
we'll uh we'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's go.
So, chronic traumatic and okay, and encephalopathy
Mm-hmm.
or the CTE
Mm-hmm.
is a brain disease likely caused by repeated head injuries. It causes the death of nerve cells in the brain, known as degeneration.
Right.
CTE gets worse over time. The only way to definitively diagnose CTE is after death during
Mm-hmm.
an autopsy of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's kind of like some of the athletes that have, you know, ultimately died from CTE, even though that was unknown at the time of
Right.
their death, have like said, take my brain
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and do the research, see what's going on with my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they've been able to diagnose CTE. There's one, I don't know his name, but I know there is a football player that did that and kind of had like, well, spoiler alert, the case we'll be talking about is the Aaron Hernandez case, um, where he was kind of demonstrating similar things to Aaron Hernandez. And I think he committed suicide, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
A little similar to that's how Aaron Hernandez died as well. But um he said to like his family, like, I want my brain submitted to science because I want them
Study.
to study it
Yeah. Yeah.
and see if that is what's going on with my brain. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually it's really, really sad to kind of
Mm-hmm.
know like you're kind of a prisoner of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have an
Yeah.
inkling that you are a prisoner of your
Yeah.
brain, and there's nothing that you can do.
And yeah, there's a
It's
like,
really sad.
yeah, it is really sad because like a lot of it's a lot of like football players and I would say boxing and even
Boxers, yeah.
like WWF slash WWE wrestlers go through it as
Yeah,
well. Like
yeah.
um even the new sport that's coming out right now, power slap. You seen that one? You seen power slap when they slap when the two people are like slapping each other on the face.
I've heard of that. I didn't know that's an actual sport.
It is, yeah, it is
Okay,
like
that's
an actual sport.
ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah, so like you got to slap the person the hardest to knock them out.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
basically that will cost your brain. It just goes straight to your cheek and then goes straight from your nose. I think your nose, and then it just goes
Yeah.
straight.
I mean, think of it like this way, like it's a little different, right? But think of
Yeah.
it in this sense that it's like
Hmm.
shaking baby syndrome. The whole
Hmm.
thing with shaking baby syndrome and how it can cause death,
Hmm.
or at the very least can cause some form of brain injury,
Yeah.
which you're gonna see that's what CT is, but at least
Hmm.
like you're not gonna necessarily die from it, is your brain is being shaken in its,
Hmm.
cavity or whatever.
Hmm.
It's being shaken,
Hmm.
and that ultimately causes death.
Hmm.
Of course, those are babies. They can't sustain that. You're killing anyone who is. I know some
Hmm.
accidents can happen, but
Hmm.
anyone
Hmm.
who is purposely shaking a baby can go straight to the depths of hell. But in this case, it's like you're ultimately damaging your brain
Mhm.
constantly over and over and over
Over
again.
again. Yeah.
And like, though your brain is probably a little bit more secure the older you get,
Mhm.
you're
Mhm.
still at risk of having a similar conclusion to shaking baby syndrome.
Mhm.
And that's the scary part. And also there's the frontal lobe.
Mhm.
Your frontal lobe is so
Mhm.
important for
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
So like I know like we talked about serial killers last week.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
with the serial killers, a lot of them, you'll see a pattern. It's like
Mhm.
they hurt themselves really badly. They sustain some sort of head injury, and it's usually to their frontal lobe.
Yeah.
And that's it's weird. It's too many occurrences where that can't be a coincidence. So
Mhm.
this is kind of like what you will see with like people who've had bad cases of CTE, i.e. Aaron Hernandez. It's like
Right.
his decision makings were all up, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Well,
so that was most likely attributed to his CTE, and he had a
yeah.
bad case of it.
Well, we're not saying that to with all the football players, and some deal with it differently, you know. But
Right. Well, that's the thing with CTE is that it
mhm.
progresses,
Mhm.
right? It doesn't just start off really bad and you're
Mhm.
presenting really bad.
Mhm.
It's gradual.
Mhm.
Now, with Aaron Hernandez, I think like because he had been, playing football for since high
Yeah.
school, that we don't know when he could have sustained a head injury. I think,
Right.
I believe he did sustain a head injury, if I remember correctly, but I'm not going to be going deep into like the pre him being in the NFL too
Mhm.
much, but I know like there have been podcasts who have talked about that, and I'm sure you can just search it and you can probably find it.
Mhm.
But I do recall whether it was a documentary or a podcast that he may have sustained a head injury in his teenage years. So if that is the case though, and we're talking like this is something that's progressing over, a little over a decades after that point, like it's going to get worse. He isn't going to present, you know, crazily and initially. It's going to be gradual. And this is the case, like the one I talked about, the one NFL player whose name I don't remember, but he, they suspect like he could have had CTE for like 20 years. So
Mhm.
it would have it would and any like his like wife or his kids, like they would say like they would see signs, but it wasn't like it was really bad. It wasn't anything like what it ultimately would become because it's a gradual thing.
Mhm.
If your head injury is not being addressed,
Yeah.
it's not going to get worse and it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. You have to address that.
So
So
he had stage three CTE. So stage
who
three.
did?
Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, but this particular person that I'm talking about, but
Mhm.
that's not Aaron Hernandez. I can't remember his name, but he was an NFL player. Um, and he had it at least, I believe they said around 20 years. They suspect, anyways.
Mhm.
But yes, Aaron Hernandez's brain was like they said, like it was the equivalent of mush.
Okay. Oh,
Like it
wow.
was really bad. His CTE was really, really bad.
Mhm.
And it's sad because it's like this is a man that I think like he was well, we'll get to Aaron Hernandez, but
Mhm.
I'll just say this, like this is a man who was seemed to be really passionate about the game.
Mhm.
He didn't have like a great relationship with his father, but
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
he had like this love for football. He could have gone somewhere. Um, I don't know if he would have ultimately killed anyone if it wasn't for his CTE, or if that's something that was already lying dormant in him. We'll never know that. But uh let's pretend the CTE is, a factor for him doing what he did because of his rage. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad all around. Sad that
Yeah.
people
It
lost their
is.
lives.
Yeah.
It's sad that he ultimately lost his life potentially because of this. And he had a little like I feel for his daughter. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's where I come from with it. It's like his poor baby girl like does has this legacy of her father where he was a murderer and it's sad. But
So these are the players that played like 20 years into the NFL. I'm not sure if they had CTE for like 20 years
I
during
won't
their
remember
NFL.
his name, trust me.
Yeah. So like
It was
Mike
a long time
Webster,
ago I heard this.
yeah, Mike Webster,
Okay,
Junior Sue or Saul.
sure.
Let's see how I'm pronouncing that name right. Ken Stabler,
Okay.
and then the last one is Frank Gifford.
Okay. Well, I'll say this.
Yeah,
It could be any of those guys. It could
yeah,
be someone you didn't name because
yeah,
I don't remember his name. I heard
yeah.
I believe I heard the story of this particular guy
Hmm.
in
Oh, there's more, but like those
yeah,
are
yeah,
guys
yeah.
that did for 20
But
years. Yeah.
the particular name that
Yeah.
this particular player that I'm talking about, I believe I heard about him. I can't remember the crime podcast,
Hmm.
the sport crime podcast, but it's the same guys who do Small Town Murder, and they also have the other podcast as well. It
Hmm.
was on that one that I heard about it.
Hmm.
But I listened to that like I haven't listened to that particular podcast in at least a year, so I it's at least been a year since I heard the name, so I
Hmm.
will not remember the guy's name, but I just remember the story.
Hmm.
Um, so
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. Go ahead.
CTE is rare and not well understood, but experts don't believe it's related to a single head injury. CTE appears to be related to repeated head injuries, often occurring in contact sports or military combat.
Hmm.
CTE also has been associated with second impact syndrome when a second head injury occurs before symptoms of a previous head injury have
Hmm.
fully resolved. So that's the other thing. Like if you have football players that are going out there and playing the game, they potentially sustain a head injury. They're not getting enough time to recover from that said head injury
Hmm.
before they're potentially getting another one. So that's yeah, that's also a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Experts are still trying to understand how repeated head injuries and other factors might contribute to the changes in the brain that
Hmm.
result in CTE. Researchers are looking at how the number of head injuries someone experiences and how bad the injuries are may affect risk of CTE. Experts don't yet know how often CTE occurs in the population.
Hmm.
CTE has been found in the brains of people who played US football and other contact sports,
Hmm.
including sorry, hold on. Where am I? Uh, including boxing, which I've you
So yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah. You mentioned it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if most boxers have
Oh yeah.
sustained or have
Yeah. Yeah.
potentially have CTE.
There's some out there.
Yeah.
Like once you get punched in the face, like it's the same thing like I just mentioned, like repulse slap. It just goes straight to the brain. Like once you
Yeah.
like it's,
And that's the thing too, like one
yeah.
of the symptoms of CTE is
Hmm. Hmm.
like rage.
Hmm.
And that makes me think of like Mike Tyson.
Hmm.
I would not be surprised if he has CTE. I just would not be surprised.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, maybe that's just me trying to give him an excuse for being a disgusting human being at times in his life. But
Hmm.
I just wouldn't be surprised. It's not
Yeah.
an excuse though. I
Yeah.
want
It's
to put
not an
that out
excuse.
there, but
Yeah.
um I just would
Hmm.
not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Muhammad Ali had CTE. I wouldn't be surprised.
Possible.
You know?
It's been reported. Let me just see. What is
Has it?
it? Let me see.
Like I believe he had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they have I mean, I'm sure they're still studying CTE, but I wonder the if there's any form of connection with CTE and other um neurological type diseases like Parkinson's. Um, so that makes me wonder if there's like if they even figured that out yet. Because like He
No,
most likely had Parkinson's.
no. He didn't have
He didn't.
CTE.
Okay.
It
I
was
mean,
speculated though. Speculated it
it's
was
speculative.
yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
speculative.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they would have taken his brain
Uh-huh.
for study anyways.
Hmm.
Because I'm sure that's something he would have had to okay,
Hmm.
before his death.
Hmm.
Um, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, his Parkinson's is probably a direct result of of his career.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, anything is possible.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Right. Yeah. Right.
so it also may occur in military members who were exposed to explosive blasts.
Hmm.
Symptoms of CTE are thought to include trouble with thinking and emotions, physical
Hmm.
symptoms, and other behaviors.
Hmm.
It's thought that symptoms develop years to decades after head trauma occurs. Researchers are working on developing tests for CTE, but none has been validated yet. Healthcare professionals may diagnose traumatic, okay, it's a CTE. I'm not going to try to say this word again. Syndrome when the symptoms associated with CTE occur together.
Hmm.
There is no cure for CTE. Of course, there wouldn't be because they can't even diagnose it when a person is alive. So I think, like, I feel like that should at least be the first step before we think about cures, and maybe they could do both at the same time. But I
Hmm.
feel like the priority needs to be on let's try and diagnose this before someone dies.
Hmm.
Because I think it's sad to diagnose CTE after death.
Yeah.
Because then what do you do with that? Like, you tell the family, "Oh, yeah, your person has CTE." Okay, now what do I do with that information? Because
Hmm.
now they're dead. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. It is.
Um, so there are no symptoms that have been clearly linked to chronic traumatic CTE. Um, some of the possible symptoms can occur in many other conditions. And people who were confirmed to have CTE at autopsy, symptoms have included cognitive, behavioral, mood, and movement changes.
Hmm.
So some of the cognitive impairments could be trouble thinking, memory loss,
Hmm.
problems with planning, organizing, and carrying out tasks. Some behavioral changes can be impulsive behavior or aggression.
Hmm.
Some mood changes could be depression or apathy, emotional instability, substance misuse, suicidal thoughts or behavior. Some movement symptoms could be trouble with walking and with balance,
Hmm.
shaking slow movement, and trouble with speech known as Parkinsonism. So
Hmm.
let's just say it's like
Hmm.
Parkinsonism. So
Hmm.
that's kind of where I was saying with Muhammad
Hmm.
Ali. It's like, okay, that like the
Hmm.
Parkinson's is kind of directly linked to his career, which makes me think, could he have? I don't know about anything else though with
Hmm.
with anything like could it, if he presented in any other way, um, like aggression, for example, or any of those other things that I've just mentioned.
Hmm.
It's never really been discussed, but yeah.
Right.
Um, there's also gradual loss of control of movement
Hmm.
such as walking, speaking, swallowing, and breathing, known as motor
Hmm.
neuron disease.
Wow.
CTE symptoms don't develop right after a head injury. Experts believe that they develop over years or decades after repeated head trauma.
Hmm.
Experts also believe that CTE symptoms appear in two forms. In early life, between the late 20s and early 30s, the first form of CTE may cause mental health and behavioral issues.
Hmm.
Symptoms of this form include depression, anxiety, impulsive behavior, and aggression. The second form of CTE is thought to cause symptoms later in life, around age 60. These symptoms include trouble with memory and thinking that is likely to progress to dementia, which is sad because I think of a person, who, especially someone who's played sports or any of the other professions we've talked about, like the
Hmm.
military, if someone is like starting to show signs of dementia and then is then diagnosed with having dementia, you're not going to necessarily think, oh, my family member could potentially have CTE. Let's try and figure that part out.
Hmm.
You're just going to contribute it to they have dementia, which is like a thing that unfortunately can happen to anyone, whether CTE or not. So it's like some of the symptoms are just things that can just happen to a person for any reason.
Mm. Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
the full list of signs to look for in people with CTE at autopsy is still unknown. There's also little known about how CTE progresses.
Mhm.
So if you potentially think that you could have CTE, because at least the one thing about CTE being more talked about um, is the uh, knowing what to kind of look for, doing your research and at least can put that on your radar. So if you
Mhm.
think you have CTE, you've either played football or you've boxed or you've um, been in
That's
the
it.
military or anything like that. Here's the things that you
Yeah.
can do or
Mhm.
know when you should see a doctor about that.
Mhm.
So CTE is thought to develop over many years, as we've discussed, after repeated brain injuries that may be mild or severe. So see
Mhm.
your healthcare professional in these situations. Suicidal thoughts. Researchers show that people with CTE may be at increased risk of suicide. If you
Mhm.
have thoughts of hurting yourself, call 911 or your local emergency number or
Yeah.
contact a suicide hotline. Um, head injury. So if you have sustained a head injury, see your healthcare professional if you've had a head injury, even if you didn't need emergency care. If your child has had a head injury that concerns you, call your child's healthcare professional right away. Depending on the symptoms, your child's health professional may recommend seeking immediate medical care. Memory problems, see your healthcare professional if you have memory loss or if you have other thinking or behavior symptoms. Personality or mood changes. Also, see your healthcare professional if you feel depressed, anxious, aggressive, or impulsive. Repeated head trauma is likely the cause of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CT. Football players in the United States, ice hockey players, and military members serving in war zones have been the focus of most CTE studies. However, other sports and factors such as physical abuse can
Mhm.
also lead to repeated head injuries. I think that's not that surprising.
Right.
Research also has found that CTE can affect people who played both amateur and professional sports. This
Mhm.
was discovered when autopsies were done of the brains of young people who had died and had repeated head injuries during their
Mhm.
lives.
Mm.
A head injury can cause a concussion, which may lead to headaches, trouble with memory, and other symptoms. Not everyone who experiences repeated concussions, including athletes and military members, goes
Mhm.
on to develop CTE. Some studies have shown no increased incidence of CTE in people exposed to repeated head injuries. In brains with CTE, researchers have found that there is a buildup of a protein called, I think it's pronounced tau, TAU, that's how it's
Mhm.
spelled, around the blood vessels. Tau buildup in CTE is different from tau buildup in Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. CTE is thought to cause areas of the brain to waste away, known as atrophy. This happens because injuries to nerve cells that conduct electrical impulses affect communication between cells. It's possible that people with CTE may show signs of another neurodegenerative disease, such as Alzheimer's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So that is ALS, otherwise also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, Parkinson's disease, or frontotemporal dementia. So basically, dementia, I guess, of the frontal lobe.
Mm.
Repeated traumatic brain injuries are thought to increase the risk of chronic traumatic CTE. Experts are still learning about the risk factors. So, in terms of prevention, chronic traumatic, okay, I'm going to stop saying that. CTE can be prevented by lowering the risk of getting a concussion, which sometimes can be completely out of people's hands because no one is saying you shouldn't go out there and do something you love to do, whether that's boxing or football or just anything every day. Um, and just so you don't get a concussion. So that's hard to necessarily prevent getting a concussion, but
Mhm.
people who have had one concussion are more likely to have another head injury. The current recommendation to prevent CTE is to reduce mild traumatic brain injuries and to prevent additional injury after a concussion.
Mhm.
Um, so what do we have here? What else do I got here? So yeah, we're gonna start talking about Aaron Hernandez. We're kind of gonna be doing more of like a timeline type idea of when it comes to his life.
Mhm.
So it'll be a little bit different. We're not gonna go into every little facet of his life. If you want to have a little more detail on him,
Mhm.
his crimes, and ultimately his death. There is a documentary. There's many documentaries on Aaron
Yeah.
Hernandez, whether you go to Discovery Plus, Netflix, it's all over. Hulu, I think, did something. Like you can find so much on Aaron Hernandez. So it's going to be a little bit shorter
Yeah.
than we do.
100%. Yeah.
So it's been over, well, this says over 7 years, but it feels like it's been longer. Since the NFL star Aaron Hernandez was found dead by suicide in his prison cell at the age of 27. He had interest in his life from his high flying gridiron fame to his two distinct murder trials remains perhaps as strong as ever. Now it is the subject of the FX limited series American Sports Stories. So that was, I think, about a year or two ago, I believe. Or yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. Or maybe it was recent. Honestly, I don't even know. But it's a dramatized retelling of him, which I have not watched yet. That is
Mm.
on my list, but I haven't watched that yet. I heard it was good.
Mm.
S- Um, so this is according to CNN. So they closely covered his rise and fall nearly a decade ago. Wow, God, it's been a decade. So here we're gonna go into the timeline now. So in 2007, Hernandez, who was a tight end for Bristol Central High School, is named the Connecticut Gatorade Football Player of the Year. He attends the University of Florida to play football under head coach Urban Meyer or Mayer, whatever. In
Mhm.
2008, led by quarterback Tim Tebow, Hernandez and the Gators win college football's national championship. In 2009, Hernandez becomes the first Gator to win the John Mackey Award, given every year to the top collegiate tight end. In January 2010, after just 3 years in college, Hernandez announces his decision to skip his senior year at Florida and turn pro. In April, on April 24th of that same year, um, Hernandez, who is 20 at that time, is picked in the fourth round of the NFL draft by the New England Patriots, led by coach Bill Belichick and quarterback Tom Brady.
You're
On
right.
April,
Yeah.
hmm?
You're right. You're right. You're right, bro.
Okay. On April 27th of that same year, Hernandez admits he failed a drug test while playing for Florida. Um, Roughly sometime in 2010, Hernandez and fellow rookie tight end Rob Gronkowski, got it,
Yeah.
combined to form one of the best tight end duos in the NFL. In 2011, Hernandez finishes the season with 910 yards and 7 touchdowns and is to named to the Pro Bowl as an alternate. February 5th, 2012, Hernandez catches a 12-yard touchdown pass from Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, but the New England Patriots lose to the New York Giants 21-17. July 16th of that same year, Daniel DeAbro and Safro Furtado, who
Mm.
were two immigrants from Cape Verde, were killed by gunshots fired into their vehicle after a night out in Boston. This is what prosecutors allege, but I mean, I think it's a lot because I don't believe they found them in the vehicle. I believe they found them somewhere else, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly. But anyways,
All right.
August 27th, 2012, Hernandez signs a 5-year contract extension with the Patriots worth up to $40 million.
Mm.
Holy.
Yeah.
Now we're moving into the arrests and his murder trial. So June
Mhm.
17th, 2013, a jogger finds the body of Odin Lloyd riddled with gunshots at an industrial park in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, about a mile from Hernandez's home. So again, if anyone knows anything about when it comes to people who murder other people,
Mhm.
they tend to, if they're, putting a body somewhere, they tend to do it either close to home or they'll commit a crime close to home. That's why it's relevant when they mention that part.
Mhm.
Lloyd was a 27-year-old semi-pro football player who had been dating the younger sister of Hernandez's fiancee, Cheyenne Jenkins.
Mhm.
Lloyd last had been seen around 2:30 a.m. with Hernandez and Hernandez's friends, Carlos Ortiz and Ernest Wallace, in a rented silver Nissan Altima, according to prosecutors. June 18th, 2013, police search Hernandez's home in connection with the killing. June 16th, 2013, Hernandez is arrested and charged with the first-degree murder in Lloyd's death, plus 5 weapons-related charges. Hernandez pleads not guilty and is held without bail. The New England Patriots released Hernandez less than 2 hours after his arrest. October 16th, 2013, Hernandez's fiancee Jenkins pleads not guilty to perjury charges after prosecutors allege that she had lied to a grand jury and disposed of evidence. November 2013, Hernandez allegedly threatens a jail worker. So we're seeing this aggression. February 25th, 2014, Hernandez is involved in an altercation with another inmate, according to the Bristol County Sheriff's Department. So another display of aggression. April 11th, 2014, Ortiz and Wallace, who were the friends that were seen in the car with Hernandez on the night of Floyd's death, are indicted and charged with murder. May 1st, 2014, Hernandez is indicted on charges of assault and battery and threatening to do bodily harm in connection with the February 25th jailhouse altercation. He is also indicted for threats to do bodily harm in connection with the November 2013 incident. May 15th, 2014, Hernandez is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the 2012 killings of Deobero and Furtado in Boston. May 28th, 2014, Hernandez pleads not guilty to the double murder charges. January 29th, 2015, so about less than a year later, opening statements begin in Fall River, Massachusetts, in Hernandez's trial for the murder of Lloyd. February 1st, 2015, without Hernandez, the Patriots beat the Seattle Seahawks 28-24 to win the Super Bowl that particular year. March 2015, Jenkins, again, this is his fiance, testifies as a prosecution witness under immunity. So, yeah, she had to do what she had to do. They had a kid.
Mhm.
Like, I would have probably done the same thing, as
Right.
hard as that may have been, um, for her. April 15th, 2015, Hernandez is found guilty of first-degree murder and weapons charges in Lloyd's death. He's sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. May 11th, 2015, Hernandez is indicted in Massachusetts for witness intimidation in the 2013 shooting of Alexander Bradley. This is one I did not hear about. I did not know about this.
Mhm.
Prosecutors believe Bradley was a witness to the homicides of Deobero and Furtado, and they say Hernandez shot Bradley after he made a remark about the double murder. Oh, I do remember this now that yeah, I do remember this.
Mhm.
May
Mhm.
15th, that same year, the perjury charge against Jenkins is dropped, according to the Associated Press. May 21st, 2015, Hernandez pleads not guilty to witness intimidation in the Bradley case. In court, Hernandez reveals a new tattoo on his neck reading Lifetime Loyalty. May 2016, Wallace, who's one of Hernandez's 2 co-defendants in the Lloyd murder case, is convicted of accessory to murder after the fact and acquitted of murder. He's sentenced to 4.5 to 7 years in prison, the Bristol County prosecutor said. June 2016, Ortiz pleads guilty to accessory after the fact in exchange for prosecutors dropping the murder charge against him as well. He is sentenced to 4.5 to 7 years in prison. March 1st, 2017, Hernandez's trial in the killings of Furtado and De Abero and the alleged witness intimidation of Bradley begins. Prosecutors allege Hernandez shot at the men 5 times after Daraburo bumped into him at a nightclub and caused him to spill his drink. So, as something as simple as someone just accidentally bumping into him caused him to kill him and someone
mm,
else. Again, another sign of his aggression.
mm,
Prosecutors also argue Hernandez's tattoos, including a gun and 5 bullets, like, you're dumb. I mean, sorry, I know you're dead now, but you're
mhm, mhm.
dumb. Because why would you do that? But anyways, his tattoo, like I just said, including a gun and 5 bullets, represent a quote unquote confession. Now, that is not a confession, but it's dumb.
Yeah, it is. It's dumb. It's just telling you that he basically he lives by the gun and he
Yeah.
dies by
And
it.
then the 5 bullets represent the
Mhm.
5 bullets that were um, shot at these 3 men.
Really?
Yes, because
Um,
they suspect that he shot at each. I don't know how many times he would have shot each 3 of them, but they did say it was about there was 5 bullets involved, I believe.
mhm,
So that's why they're saying it's a quote unquote confession.
mhm,
It's the equivalent of him having like 3 teardrops. You might as well.
mhm.
Because again, when you have 3 teardrops, that represents, oh, I killed 3 people, or killed whatever many people. Each teardrop represents a person. Like, he might as well just done that.
Mm.
Actually, I do think did he have a teardrop? I can't remember if he had a
I'm not
teardrop
100%
tattoo.
sure.
I cannot remember.
I'm not
Um,
not 100% sure. I could
I
check,
mean, I'd
but
have to look at him, but I didn't look that closely, but I thought he did. But anyways, Hernandez's defense argues there is a little forensic or scientific evidence to prove the case. Now, that's not a lie. I actually do agree.
no,
Um,
he did not.
no, okay. Um, I I don't disagree that there isn't enough forensic or scientific evidence, but listen, we've said it here before. I'll say it again. Circumstantial evidence is still evidence. So he was there. They there were witnesses that said he was at that club that night. Um, you know,
Mm,
people said they saw like a car that resembled his, I believe, um, shoot at another car. Like, there's these things that people have said, eyewitnesses or whatever, that have said, we saw this, we saw this, we saw this. Yes, that's not enough in terms of forensic or scientific or whatever you want to say, but it's circumstantial. That's still evidence.
mm,
April 14th, 2017, Hernandez is found not guilty of murder in the deaths of Furtado and Daraburo and not guilty of witness intimidation of Bradley. Of the 8 counts Hernandez faced, he was found guilty of just one, illegal possession of a firearm. All right, now we're going to be moving on to his death and what came after that. So, April 19th, 2017, Hernandez is found hanged in his prison cell at 3:05 a.m. He is pronounced dead of an apparent suicide, according to the Massachusetts Department of Correction. April 20th, 2017, Hernandez's family announces they plan to donate his brain to science to determine whether he had CTE. As we've discussed, is a degenerative brain disease linked to a number of NFL athletes. The brain will be released to the Boston University CTE Center for further examination. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office says. Okay, May 9th, 2017. A Massachusetts judge vacates Hernandez's murder conviction due to a quirky legal rule called abatement, in which convictions are thrown out if a defendant dies before their appeals are heard. People were pissed when that
mm,
happened. September 21st, 2017, testing on Hernandez's brain shows he had a severe case of CTE. October 13th, 2018, the Boston Globe Spotlight team releases a six-part series on Hernandez's titled Gladiator, Aaron Hernandez, and Football Inc. According to the reporting, Hernandez told those close to him he was sexually molested as a boy and he had a sexual relationship with his high school quarterback. October 30th, 2018, Hernandez's older brother Jonathan, DJ Hernandez, writes a memoir titled The Truth About Aaron, revealing the brothers had been physically abused by their father, and Aaron Hernandez said he was gay. March 13th, 2019, Hernandez's murder conviction is reinstated after the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court unanimously finds the legal rule of abatement should be abolished. I agree with that part. But the I wasn't sure how I was going to go about the speculations of his sexual orientation.
Mhm.
Um, but I vaguely remember prior to his death, he did do an interview. I think he interviewed with Dr. Phil or someone else.
Mhm.
I think it was Dr. Phil. He did Dr. Phil, I believe, if I remember correctly, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I do vaguely remember that Dr. Phil did do a jailhouse interview with Aaron Hernandez before his before he died, and I do vaguely remember him discussing his sexual orientation at that time,
Yeah.
and he was pretty open with the fact that yes, he was sexually attracted to men. Whether he identified as gay or bi or queer. That was, I don't remember him saying he was either way, what he was or what he labeled himself as. I don't recall that.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it was also maybe confusing for viewers and I'm sure even confusing for his fiance because like she would say, um, because
Mhm.
also she was interviewed as well. Or maybe it wasn't her Hernandez. No,
Yeah, it was her. Well, yeah,
it
because
was with
I'm looking.
her. It was
Yeah,
just
I
with
was
her.
looking. I'm looking at the
Yes, it was
Google.
with her.
There
Once I
was like,
said that, I remembered it was only with her. I don't remember if he was already dead, though. I think he
yeah.
was still alive, but he didn't actually interview him. It was just her.
Mhm.
Um, so I recall her saying that he was having conversation with her about the fact that he was, but I think like that was confusing for her, obviously, because like this is a person that they were together for years. They met in high school. Or high school or college, but they met. Um, they had been with each other for a really long time. They had a daughter together. They were engaged. Like, I'm sure that is very confusing for someone, kind of being like, "What the hell? Like, what?" Um, so it was a little confusing, and I guess also because I'm also remembering correctly, not hearing it straight from him
Mhm.
and we'll never hear straight from him what he identified as.
Mhm.
I'd feel wary talking about it, but because other people have come forward saying he told us that he was like his brother um and then whoever the other person I mentioned. But I think like something like this, it's like I want to hear it. I would have liked to have heard it from him as well, but um either way, whether he identifies as
Yeah.
gay,
Yeah.
straight,
Yeah.
bi, queer, whatever, he was a person who clearly really needed help.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing. He needed help.
He needed help
Um.
with what he
I
was going through.
I'm guessing he was the type of guy that just was like, um, said no or didn't want help at all. That's what my guess is.
I think because
That's.
like I think because again, like I don't know when he would have like when his head injuries would have happened
Uh-huh.
that would have perpetrated his CTE, but he's a young guy. He's at the height of his career. And because like he seemed to have had like as you said, a level 3, which I'm going to assume is pretty bad.
Mhm.
Um, he was probably at the point with his symptoms where he was aggressive. He was maybe a little bit, headstrong. People did refer to him potentially as narcissistic, but I question that only because was he a narcissist, quote unquote, because this is just his personality?
Mhm.
Or was he potentially narcissistic as a result of what he was going through, which is that narcissism or that's
Yeah.
just mental health issues?
And yeah,
So
we'll never know.
we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. Yeah.
So I think because at the very least, his aggression
Mhm.
was very in the forefront.
Mhm.
I imagine he was probably very stubborn and is like, nah, I'm good.
Yep.
And like that's sometimes how men can be, especially where it's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to go to a doctor. I'm good. Mental health, I'm
Mhm.
fine. I
Mhm.
think it takes a lot for a man to and again, this is a he's he is a minority. He was colored, I think when it comes to for colored men, it's especially it's like, no, I'm good. My role is to be strong. I have to be strong. So I imagine like, no, I don't think that was ever
Yeah.
something that that crossed his mind. Um, and again, if he was queer in some sense
Mhm.
and was trying to hide it,
Mhm.
I imagine even that also as well played a factor into him being like, no, I'm good, I'm fine. I can't show weakness, I'm fine.
Masculinity, you would say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So,
yeah,
but yeah, that's it for me.
that's it. That's it. Yeah. A lot of athletes go through this, like, uh, um, head trauma, or,
Yeah.
um, it's, it's, uh, it was a problem back in the 90s, early 2000s. I would say towards the end of 2000s. I haven't heard too much about CTE in the 2010s. I might be because I haven't watched football. I definitely kind of watch, wrestling here and there and hockey. And keep forgetting about hockey. It happens
Yeah,
in
they
hockey as
mentioned
well.
hockey.
Yeah, hockey as
Yeah.
well.
Because
It
it is a contact sport, so yeah.
yeah.
Well, I feel like hockey originally was not meant to be a contact sport, but over time it has become a contact sport. And again, like
Hmm.
with ice hockey, it's like some injuries are brutal. Like
Mhm.
people have attacked other players with their hockey sticks. One person I'm seeing it in my head right now. One person had the freaking puck just lodge into his head.
Mhm.
And I can see it in my head. It's like that's scary. You can't convince me that those people are not suffering from some form of a head injury that
Yeah.
could potentially progress into something else. Um, and yeah, it's like even though like maybe we're not hearing as much about it on a mainstream level, I think with the Aaron Hernandez case is when we really were hearing about CTE, CTE, CTE.
Mhm.
And also the movie that Will Smith was in of the doctor, who was an African man, who was kind of like the start of, no, this is a real thing. Someone hear me.
Mhm.
Like people are suffering, hear me.
Mhm. Mhm.
That movie is an incredible movie. I cannot remember the name of it right now, but I think it's simply actually just called CTE, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong. But Will Smith is in it. He plays the doctor. And um that was the first time I heard of CTE, and that would have been like in the early 2010s.
Mhm.
Um, and then with Aaron Hernandez, like I said, like that really brought it back forward again. Where it's like, oh, like this is a real life person. And again, that movie with Will Smith is a true story, so you are hearing about real people. But this case is like this isn't a movie. This is
Mhm.
real. This is
Mhm.
actually happening. Um, and
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, this was happening, I'm sure, this has been a thing for as long as people have been playing contact sports, and it's been
Yep, yeah,
you're
yeah.
playing contact sports for
Uh,
decades and decades and decades.
and a lot of these sport organizations try to cover it, like the NFL is one of them, and the
NFL is
NHL.
huge for cover-ups.
Yeah, NHL
Huge.
was one of those cover-ups as well. They try to cover
Hmm.
it as well, trying to say that,
Hmm.
uh, you know, contact and hockey has nothing to do with CTE. I'm like, yes, it does. Once you
Yeah.
go for the head,
Hmm.
it does that. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. So well, over the last few years, like a lot of sports organizations has been like taking it serious. A lot of safety precautions have been like improved since then. That's why you don't hear too much about CTE. So like and like the NFL and A and the NHL. Well, you get it more from like boxing because they obviously they get
Yeah,
punched
they
in the
don't.
face.
Yeah, they don't
Cause
have
yeah,
like,
yeah,
at least with like football players or hockey players, like
yeah,
they at least attempt to
yeah,
have like helmets.
yeah.
That's just not the case in boxing,
No,
right?
but the thing is, when it comes to boxing now, a lot of the fighters have rules. Like, do you remember the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul?
I didn't actually see the fight, but
You see
yeah,
that they had a contract with rules for like a certain type of
stay away
knockouts
from the
that
head.
yeah, stay away from
Yeah,
that. So like
yeah,
Mike Tyson will have that, and Jake Paul will have that as well.
good.
And then what rounds that they should like decide to finish.
Hmm.
So that's just be careful. I'm not sure if the actual like professional fighters do have that, and they're in like when they start to find the first
I
round
don't
or
know. I don't. I
yeah,
feel like that's something that needs to be implemented
yeah,
on a just a wider scale,
yeah,
where you're not going for the head. I mean, again, like the thing with
hmm
like the Mike Tyson and with Jake Paul,
hmm
the whole thing with that is like, okay, number one, Jake Paul is just he's I don't
hmm
classify him as a pro boxer.
hmm
And then Mike Tyson, I mean, he's older, right?
yeah, he's
So
older, yeah,
it's like
hmm
we all kind of knew, I think, and if you don't think this way,
hmm
then bless your heart. But clearly the whole thing was like a publicity thing.
hmm
This is something that had been talked about was going to happen for years.
oh
And it's
yeah,
like, okay, now it's finally happening.
hmm
So this was all like a publicity thing for both of them. So of course they're going to kind of put things in place like let's not go for each other's heads.
hmm
Because you can you imagine if Mike Tyson hit Jake Paul in the head, he's done. So
hmm yeah.
like Mike Tyson might be older, but he's still
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
freaking
he's
Tyson,
strong. He's
right?
a little bit stronger. Yeah, but yeah, yeah,
Right. So
I do.
it's like I can't imagine Jake Paul being
Yeah,
punched in the head by Mike freaking Tyson. So it's like let's not do that.
yeah,
And I don't see the need for doing it. There's so many, I know the whole TKO thing. I get it. But it's
hmm
like doing the whole TKO, it's like that is putting people in harm's way. There
hmm
are ways you can win a fight
hmm
without going for the head. Or if
yeah,
you're going to go
yeah,
for the head,
mhm,
there should be some form of headgear, not just teeth guards or mouth guards, I should say. That's not enough. It's like there should be headgear. And if you're going to put someone in the head, it should be in one of those places where your head
So
is covered.
I think boxing has that rule where the back of the head you cannot punch the back of the
Oh
head.
God, was that happening? Of course it was happening. The fact that people have to say it, of
Yeah,
course it was happening.
that's a rule. That's a rule
It's
that you can't.
horrible.
Yeah, because if you hit the back of the
That's the
head,
softest part of your head.
yeah,
It's the back of your head.
yeah, yeah. I think the UFC has that rule too. I'm not sure too. So like UFC and the boxing has that rule. Because I remember I seen that clip that was going around.
Hmm.
There was this boxer that was hitting a young boxer in the back of the head
Oh
multiple times, and
God.
the referee was trying to stop it,
Yeah.
but the boxer kept doing it, and then the guy fell on the ground, and then later out he was paralyzed, disabled, and etc. I couldn't. Wow. So like that's probably
I
one of the reasons
smell a
why they don't.
lawsuit. Like, I would be
that was like years ago. I'm not sure if they sued him, possibly.
oh,
They might have.
he probably
They might have.
did.
They
He
probably
probably
might have.
did.
Yeah, might have. Yeah.
I
Sued the
imagine, yeah.
sued the boxing company and sued the boxer
And
as
Sue the
well. So like
Boxer, yeah.
yeah, so um yeah, yeah. And another thing, before people say wrestling's fake, blah blah blah,
I
WWE's
was
fake.
actually going to say it's fake. It's fake in the
They
sense of that they
it's
are
scripted. Yeah,
actors,
yeah, yeah. But
but
the
I will
physical
admit they
mhm,
are, to some degree, they are actually fighting
mhm.
each other. So I'm not going to say that that part is fully. And again, UFC, it wasn't always quote unquote fake. As it's kind of happened over
It's never
the last like couple of decades where it's like, oh, okay.
it was I
But
think they were trying to find their footing in the early years because like
yeah,
they
yeah,
had a karate people who did karate and then people
yeah.
who did like
They are
what do you
actors.
call it?
They are legitimate actors. They
But
not
yeah,
legitimate
yeah,
actors, but they're actors.
yeah. You
Um,
yeah, WWE in this
yeah,
the
yeah,
WWC, sorry,
they're
saying
actors,
others.
but
Yeah, but
they are fighting
yeah,
legitimately. So
yes. The people say how can like wrestlers get CTE? There's two
there's
moves that
still
can give you CTE, I believe,
mm,
and it's called the power driver. I don't know if you know the
I don't
Undertaker.
know the lingo. Trust me, I don't.
Okay, so like you put someone through okay, you lift up someone backwards between your legs and then you put your knees down to the mat. So
Okay, I
like
think
your
I
head
am
is on the
visualizing it. Yeah,
yeah, and then boom. And then the steel chair to the head as
and the
well.
steel chair. I was gonna say the chair to the head.
They gotten softer with that as
You
well.
can
I
tell
remember
now that they
they
basically
no lo
take the chair
yeah,
and they kind of hit like the like near your neck to like your back.
yeah,
You can
the
tell
back
that's
now.
kind of
Yeah.
where they're hitting, and then they just go, we're all
Yeah.
picturing it where it was like they hit the back and then they're all like,
Yeah.
ooh, and they
Yeah.
just fall
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But the head,
initially, no, it wasn't like that.
yeah.
They were actually hurting
In
each other.
in the head. Yeah. There was
Yeah.
wrestlers that said that they were hitting each other with the chair
Yeah.
with the head and it
Yeah.
actually hurt.
Yes.
But they were just like make it more they were just trying to make it more impactful, but it
Mhm.
actually hurt. So like and it actually gave a few wrestlers CTE, I believe. Like
Yeah.
yeah, so
Like
like
the Hulk Hogan's of the WWE. Like those
mhm.
guys were probably most likely actually getting hurt, you know?
It's about Hogan, like,
You know what? Listen to me. When Hulk Hogan passed away,
yeah.
I felt nothing. Sorry if that bothers you, but I felt nothing. And I remember my mom being like, "Oh, but he died." And I'm like, "He's a racist.
Mm,
I don't give a that he's dead." Just
yeah.
because someone is
I
dead
said,
does not mean that I'm going to start pretending like he's a
mhm,
good person.
mhm,
He's not. He was not a good person. He
mhm,
was a person.
mhm.
And sorry he's dead.
Yep,
Sorry for his family,
yep.
but like he was a person. I'm
Hey,
not gonna sit here and pretend like he wasn't.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
The words that you said
just
about,
like celebrated when OJ Simpson died. Do you know
mhm,
how like hypocritical of me would have been to be like, oh, I'm sorry that he's dead. Like,
mhm,
no, I'm happy
mhm.
he's dead. Him. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan's not a murderer, but
Yeah,
like he's still a horrible
yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people have the same idea as you. So like, like
I'm sad Ozzy
they,
Osbourne is dead. That's a
yeah,
Malcolm,
yeah,
Malcolm, Warner.
yeah, yeah,
Sad about him being dead too.
yeah. I
Hulk
said nothing.
Hogan could give a
Yeah,
I don't care.
I said nothing when
No, I
he
don't
died,
care.
when
Oh
Hogan
well.
died. So like
Rest in
basically,
hell, you
yeah,
jackass. Like I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
He hated people that looked like me, so I don't give a
yeah, yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Anyway,
I said nothing on the day that he passed away.
nope, not a damn thing.
No,
Oh
not a
well.
damn thing. Yeah.
Another
The guy.
racist asshole who is off the planet. I don't really care.
Mhm. Yeah. He was definitely that person, and I know a lot of fans, WWE fans, think like, "Oh, he did so much for wrestling."
Maybe okay, but you know what? I'll give you this.
Yes.
Yes, he did. He did. I'm not gonna take that away from him. Yes, he did.
Mhm.
But he's still a so I yes, I can acknowledge
Yeah.
he was talented at what he did or whatever,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I can
You.
also then acknowledge that
Yeah.
he's a dick because when he literally I don't know if I remember this correctly or if I'm
Mhm.
confusing with somebody else, but I recall vaguely that he literally told his daughter that if she dates a black man, like he's gonna disown her. You're a asshole.
Mhm.
Forget you. I don't care
Mhm.
that you're
Mhm.
dead.
Mhm.
Like I can't
Yeah.
remember. Did she actually date a black guy? I think she did.
She
And he
did,
like fucking
and
lost his
then
mind.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
sorry that
He
your
did.
daughter wanted black dick.
He.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
get over it.
He did apologize to one wrestler about it,
Okay.
but his name was Devon Dudley. Like he was I
Okay.
don't yeah, but like but that's just one wrestler. You gotta
Yeah.
apologize to people,
It's not
right?
you gotta
And the
apologize to the
fans and
people.
the yeah.
And it's not just him that were
Yeah.
part of like, there's I don't know many sorry, I don't know a lot of WWE people.
Yeah, yeah.
The only person that
I
pops into
don't
my
know.
head right now is Dwayne Johnson. He's half
Uh-huh.
black. Like there's
Yeah.
there's but there's plenty of other people who are black men and women who are
Mm-hmm.
a part of this that you've just shat on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care
Mm-hmm.
who the you are.
Mm-hmm.
You suck.
Yeah. I
Sorry
agree.
if you are a fan of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Just gonna say.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No,
yeah.
I don't support. I support other wrestlers. Like there's wrestlers like the I'm a fan of. I like well, I don't know if you know them, the Hardy Boys, man, Jeff Hardy. I'm a big fan of those guys.
No.
Uh, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm sure you know Stone Cold. No, everybody knows Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I've heard the name, but I don't know what he looks like.
Really, you don't know who's still like if
No,
you're not a wrestling fan, you're supposed
I'm not.
to. Oh, I know, but like he's like the most generic
Talk
name
to
for a
me about like the Dwayne
non-wrestling fan.
Johnsons or the John Cenas in the world.
John Cena,
Then
yeah, John
I know
Cena.
those people once they become actors.
You know Dave Batista. Batista?
Yes, 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 yes,
Yes,
I
there you
do.
go. Him.
Yes,
Well, I wasn't a fan of him, but but
I
I
know
was
also know
more.
what he looks like,
Yeah,
so that helps.
yeah.
But
He's a good actor, good wrestler
yeah,
as well. John Cena is the same thing. He's
I love John
retiring
Cena.
too. Yeah, he's
Oh yeah,
retiring this year. So
like from is he still
yeah,
wrestling?
yeah. He's doing his his
Oh okay,
retirement tour. He has like
oh, okay,
as we're recording like probably 9 more days
okay.
left of
He'll come back.
yeah. No,
He'll
he's
come
not.
make
He said he
he'll make appearances.
no.
Okay, if you say so.
Well,
That's what Dwayne
that's what we
Johnson
said
said too, but
about
he's made
that's what
appearances.
we said that's what people said about Ric Flairs and all that. But he's very like
Honestly,
serious about it. He's
John
like, no,
Cena
I'm not
doesn't
doing it.
need to do the wrestling if he doesn't want to. He's
Yeah,
making garbage bait commercials. He's acting. He's fine.
yeah. He's
Hefty,
doing
hefty, hefty.
yeah. He's doing basically what the Rock
Oh God.
Dwayne Johnson is doing right now. So like,
But
yeah,
even Dwayne
a lot of these
Johnson
wrestlers are doing
has
a lot of these
come back from time to time
yeah.
to do these
But no, but
appearances since he's retired.
no,
But that's why I said that.
he's serious about it. He said he's not
Okay.
coming back. He
All
doesn't want
right.
to come back. He doesn't want
Okay.
to be selfish to the fans and
All right.
do what other wrestlers are doing. So like,
There's another one that I knew. Oh, what's his name? He's been on like game shows and stuff too.
Roman
But I
Reigns,
liked him. Oh,
Roman Reigns,
no.
Cody Rhodes.
No. Like I've seen his head. I see
He's
his face.
oh
I
the
see
Miz,
his who?
the Miz.
I think so. Hold on, let
Yeah,
me
that's
Google
him.
him. Let me
He's
Google
been
him.
on like
That sounds
reality
familiar.
shows. Yeah, he's been on reality show. You probably know who he is.
I'm
He's
literally
been
about to search it.
yeah, the Miz.
Miss
You see him.
Russ. The Miz. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, 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 yes.
that's him.
That's
Yeah, he's
him.
been on reality shows.
I
Yeah, he's a
love
good wrestler.
him.
He's a
I
good.
love
Yeah,
him. He was on
yeah,
Dancing with the Stars and he did really well.
yeah.
And then I saw him, I think he was on Weakest Link as well. When they did a celebrity version,
Yes,
and
yes.
he
And
was on that as well. And I'm
he
like,
was on
"Ooh,
another
I
reality
love him."
TV show. Was he on Big Brothers or something like that?
I don't
Some
know.
stuff?
I don't watch Big
I can't
Brother, so I
remember.
don't know.
I can't remember. Okay.
But
But yeah, yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah.
love
Yeah.
him. I
Yeah.
love him. I think he's great.
Yeah,
So
yeah. A lot.
there you go. There's another one.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestlers that are transitioning into Hollywood right now. So like
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, if you don't you if you like what's his name, the guy who did Aquaman, what's his
Um,
name?
fuck. Oh, guys, if people are screaming. Uh,
uh,
oh
let me
no.
see. Let me see.
Oh no. I'm
Aquaman.
gonna remember. Um,
Let me
uh,
see.
oh my God.
Aquaman.
Fuck is his name?
Jason Momoa.
That's it, Jason Momoa. Yeah,
Yeah, if you like Jason Momoa, you're
I
gonna
do.
like
I
Roman
do
Reigns.
very much.
So search Roman Reigns to see if you Roman Roman. He's basically a younger version of him. R E
Hold on.
Reign. Jason Momoa.
Roman.
Reigns.
Okay, yeah, I see him. Oh yes, I've seen this guy. I've seen this
Yep.
guy. I know who
Yep.
he is.
Yep.
He's hot.
Yep.
I've seen him before. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's him. So yeah. People say he looks like him. Younger version of
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. Like,
God, younger
Jason
version.
Momoa
He's
is like bigger
40.
now. Like,
How old is
yeah.
Jason Momoa?
Jason Momoa. Jeez. They're probably close in age though.
That's what I'm saying.
They did like
Um,
a twin 46. If they
yeah,
did
see what
like
I
a
mean? A
brother,
younger version. They're only 6 years apart.
oh, they just look alike.
Yeah, they just look alike. Straight
Yeah,
up, they could
if
be
they did like
brothers.
a brother or cop buddy
Yeah,
movie, it
yeah.
would, yeah. So like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, he looks like a younger, fitter version of Jason Momoa, I would say so. But
Yikes. They're
really,
only 6 years apart.
yeah. But,
Fitter? I mean,
I mean,
listen,
Jason
have
Momoa
you
got
seen
like
Jason
if you look at
Momoa
it, if
in
you look at
Game of Thrones?
Minecraft,
Damn.
compared to him, Minecraft, or compared to him like five, four
Well,
years, four or five
yeah,
years ago.
because, everyone loves a dad bod, you know what I mean? But I'm,
I forgot
I'm
he's a
saying
dad. Yeah.
Jason Momoa in Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
Oh, like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, cool. Um, that just went to a place, but I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
A
Roman
lot.
Reigns he's transitioning to Hollywood, so you're going to see him more and more often because
Well,
he's ending he's looking to do something lighter than wrestling. So
I
like
mean, yeah, like
basically,
you're 40 years old.
you're
Like,
almost
guy,
yeah yeah.
like
I mean, he
by
probably
now,
yeah yeah. He's
Dwayne
probably
Johnson was like branching out, even though like
actually
when he
those two
did
are
his movies
cousins.
with him.
Those two are
Oh,
cousins, Dwayne and Roman.
oh, I can see it.
Yeah
I can see it.
yeah. So
Um, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean Dwayne Johnson, yeah, he broke into the acting when he did,
hmm
but it's like
hmm
it wasn't good. Like it
He's
wasn't
he's
he
all
started off in The
he's,
Mummy
he's
2 and then he did the Scorpion
yeah.
King after.
He's all right.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah,
It
I know.
wasn't.
He's an all right actor. He still
He's
is like
okay. He's improved, which is
yeah,
saying something because
but the
I
yeah.
look back and when I've watched Mummy 2, I'm like, first of all, A, the CGI is horrific.
hmm
B, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was like, the
He
fuck is
he's
going
an all
on?
right. I'll take John Cena and Batista over him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if I've seen Batista really act. I
hmm
believe I have, I just don't remember. But John Cena, yeah. John Cena is
Guardians of
like,
the Galaxy.
oh, yes,
hmm
right.
Yeah,
Right. That is his name.
yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Um,
was
love him.
yeah.
But John Cena, I love, yeah, I think he's great too. And
Yeah, he's
I
great.
love Dwayne Johnson. Do not get me wrong. But
He's
I
all
think
right.
like for Dwayne Johnson to have like a really good movie, Kevin Hart needs to be there. I've
Yeah,
really enjoyed the ones with Kevin Hart in it. So
yeah,
that makes me
those
think that
movies.
Kevin Hart is kind of the one that's and the thing is like I like some of Kevin Hart's movies as well, like
Hmm,
away from
hmm,
Dwayne Johnson,
hmm,
but my
hmm,
favorite ones are with Dwayne Johnson. So I'm like, these those two are
hmm,
so like they're such a dynamic
hmm,
duo that they should do all their movies together go from now on.
hmm,
They need each other. And then they're like
hmm.
one really great
So,
actor when
uh,
they've come together.
I wouldn't have to disagree with that. No, I seen
Well,
too many. They did Giambi to get was it
Jumanji.
Jumanji's, my bad, and then they did a couple films together with the
No, they've
different
only
franchise.
done Jumanji has two parts to it.
Yeah,
So
they're
that
doing a
makes
third one to it.
sense.
They're doing a third one to it
Yeah, that
as
makes
well.
sense. And again, it's not just the two of them.
Yeah,
It's other people too.
and then
Um,
there was another
I
movie that
really
they did
like the one
separate.
with Nick Jonas in it. That was fun. And then the second one. And
They did
then they
something
did
else.
Central Intelligence. That's it.
Oh, okay, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And then I just I don't know. I just they need to do separate film. I think The Rock needs to be in more serious and emotional roles. That's where he probably would shine. And the did you see the
Maybe, but I think like the problem with him is that
comedian
it can
roles is
get
not his style?
old. It can get old too. Those movies can get old because
Hmm.
it's like when you're constantly quote unquote saving the world, which was like the running joke with Will Smith too. You're constantly saving the world, bruh. Like, can you do something else? It can get old. So I
I,
think like,
he
and I
does play those
can't picture
characters.
him in an emotional role.
He he's
Although, what's the
he
movie that he did with that little girl where he was like a football player and she was not his daughter, but he was watching her. What was that movie called? That was
hold
a
on.
good movie.
I mean, open a new window.
Dwayne Johnson
Well, I think he doing.
movies. Um, let's see. The Game Plan. That's what it was called.
Okay.
Um,
It was that a comedy? Was it not a comedy?
I mean, it was like a comedy, but it was
Yeah,
also
that's
like
not that,
it wasn't like a
that's not
comedy
serious.
in the same. No, it was. That's
Hmm,
incorrect. You
hmm,
can have a comedy that is still has serious components to it. It doesn't have to be like slapstick comedy, kind of like what like Central Intelligence was, where I would classify that as more like a slapstick type comedy.
hmm.
That's not what the game plan was. You like it was more like I don't know if I classify it necessarily like a drama type movie, but
Hmm.
I had this element with this little girl where he is like taking on this responsibility of
Yeah.
watching this little girl. It kind of gave me the feels of like, um, was it called Daddy's Home? What was that one there with Adam Sandler and the Sprouse
Mhm.
twins?
But he is doing it.
It kind of gave me that feel.
Mm,
Where that movie with Adam Sandler is it's a comedy,
mm,
but it had this heartfelt message behind it.
mm,
That's the feel of the game plan.
mm,
So it's a little different. Comedy isn't just this one layered thing, and
mm.
it can have it's multifaceted.
Right. Well, Dwayne the Rock Johnson is doing a serious film though. Like he is doing one with A24. I know there's a lot of A24 movies coming out. Like a lot of these A24s. Yeah, have you seen these
No,
A24? Like when you see the trailers, it's A24
mm.
from the start. And oh, okay, all right. I haven't seen a lot of trailers like that. The
I
it's
forget
not
that he's in Fast and Furious too. That's not a comedy. I forget that he's in that.
see. That's where I think that's where he shines the most. That's where he's kind of a bit good. Like Hob and what's it, what's his name? Hob
Who?
and Shaw. There we go. That's the Fast and Furious sequel. That was
Uh,
like the spinoff. Hob and
uh,
Shaw.
Oh, yes,
And
okay,
then
yeah, yeah.
the Fast and Furious. That's where I think he shined the most. Like, that's where he was pretty good,
Mhm,
like above average. Um,
mhm.
but this new film that's coming out in like October, it's called The Smasher Machine, based on a UFC fighter biopic. Um, and it's going to be a little bit more serious, and then it has a little bit like psychology, a thriller type of set. So like this is where people are going to be like, yes, sorry, Dwayne is a great actor, blah blah blah. So hopefully he does that, because the Black Adam was like below average acting. Oh my god. And that
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
I forget about
superhero.
that
Yeah, that
movie.
was a superhero movie, and
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
he had a contract with he has to be the winner every single time. Like supposedly that was a rumor that he had a contract that he has to be the winner. He can't be the loser. And
Mm,
he wanted to face Superman. So like, and the character that he's playing is a villain, not a hero. So like, and they had to like cancel it as soon as possible, because like that's not what Warner Brothers wanted. So they wanted a Kevin Feige like figure to take the role, and they found one, and his name is James Gunn, the guy that did Guardians of the Galaxy, the director.
mhm.
So James Gunn is now the head honcho of DCU, and that's why uh the Dwayne is no longer Black Adam. So,
Mm,
and sadly he got Henry Cavill to come back as Superman during
sadly.
y-
I don't
because
think
yeah,
that's sadly.
because Henry Cavill had a couple other acting roles, and
Mm,
he quit one of those roles to become that Superman. And James Gunn told Henry Cavill, like after that we no longer want you as Superman. So
oh
Henry
my
Cavill is
god.
basically jobless during
Oh,
the
I'd be
time. But like,
suing. I would sue
yes,
because I dropped something in order to do this, and then you
yes,
decide last minute they're
yeah,
not
but
doing that
I
anymore,
mean,
I'd be
like
suing.
it was basically Dwayne, the Rock Johnson, trying to get him to come
Oh,
to
so
this.
because they
Yeah.
dropped Dwayne, they're gonna drop Henry Cavill. I'd be
Yes,
suing.
but James Gunn had nothing to do with that decision. It was just basically, I don't know.
Making Dwayne Johnson
Uh
happy.
yes, I think
Yeah, because
what
some actors
Warner
have that pull.
yes,
Yeah.
Warner Brothers didn't, well, it was supposedly Warner Brothers did not know about it. They didn't want Henry Cavill to be Superman, but like Wayne was like, "Yeah, come over here. I want you to be Superman." So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so like,
someone like Dwayne Johnson, we know being an actor now for 20 years, like,
yeah,
he has that pull where he can
yeah,
ask for something and
yeah,
he's gonna get it.
yeah,
But then as soon as that doesn't work out anymore, then Henry Cavill is out of a job. But, like, I'd be suing.
yeah. But
Because
but
ultimately, yes, Dwayne Johnson wants me here, but ultimately it's your damn decision to have me here. So then if you're gonna drop me because you're dropping Dwayne Johnson, well, I'm gonna sue you
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
for the
and
earnings for that role that I
yeah,
no longer have.
yeah. James Gunn felt bad for that, because it wasn't his plan to have Henry Cavill, because he wanted a
Right,
younger Superman
right.
to be in the role that, as we see the Superman
As we
movie
see
right
now,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't even say like a younger role, but like younger than what Henry Cavill is now, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I believe that James Gunn wants him to return into another character, not a Superman. So like yeah, obviously James Gunn feels bad about it. So yeah. So the good thing is that Henry Cavill did find a job.
good.
He did a role with Deadpool and Wolverine, and if you saw Henry Cavill,
Oh,
that was him.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember
He was
seeing
in.
him. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes. So like, and then they made the joke. Ryan made a joke that was the aim towards uh Dwayne and the whole situation.
Mhm.
When Deadpool made that joke, we won't treat you like those bastards over there.
Oh, yes. I remember. I remember.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So like that was a joke over there. And then I think he has another job somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't know what acting role he has. I can't remember. I think it was some type of video game called Warhammer, something like that. Video game, live
I
action,
know he was
TV.
doing
Yeah,
I think it's done. I don't know if it's done now,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
know he was also doing The Witcher as well. So,
Witcher, he
he's fine.
that was a job that Dwayne got him out of. He was supposed to do another
Stop.
season of the yes,
Oh, no.
yes.
Oh, no.
But they
Couldn't they
switched
do
him
it
with
again?
somebody else. Hmm?
They replaced him.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
yeah,
That's horrible. Like, he
yeah.
did 2 did he do 2 seasons of The Witcher?
I think he did the first two
The first 2, and
or
then
the first
so the
three,
3rd
and
season, they
then
replaced him with someone
Cersei
else.
even puts him out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like, to know that's probably like, I don't know, like, I don't know if
But
I heard The Witcher got
mm-hmm.
canceled at this point now. I can't remember if I heard that.
I don't know. I don't know if it
I
got
don't know because I don't
canceled.
watch The Witcher, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, no, me neither.
But,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that could potentially have been the reason that people just weren't receiving this new replacement because, like, everyone is
Mm-hmm.
wants Henry Cavill. I mean,
Yeah.
I may not have watched the show, but I've
Mm-hmm.
seen him, like, in costume,
Mm-hmm.
and people were, like,
Mm-hmm.
just women, I should say, were just
Mm-hmm.
fawning at the,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my god, he's so hot," which he is. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get me wrong, Henry Cavill is gorgeous, man. Um, I'd be pissed, though, if
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
him. I'd
He's a
be
good guy.
so mad.
He wanted to play Superman. He loves the character Superman.
I loved
He
him
lo-
as we talked about
yeah,
it. He's
yeah,
my favorite Superman.
he loves the
I
character
loved
Superman.
him as
But yeah,
Superman.
the Rock had an ego trip and just like, yeah, I want you in Superman,
I mean,
and
is Dwayne wrong? No, he's not wrong.
he's not
What's
wrong.
wrong is the
The
fact that they,
timing, yeah.
like, didn't continue on with him despite
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Johnson not being there, knowing that he gave up a role, and the
Mm-hmm.
role is the Witcher
Mm-hmm.
that he's, like,
Mm-hmm.
also, like, beloved in.
Yeah,
I'd be so pissed.
yeah, and yeah, and James Gunn did not want uh Henry Cavill in that movie, right? Because he didn't want to confuse the masses with his plan, his like 10-year plan, like he's doing with like the MC was doing. So
Mhm,
like with DC, he's doing the same thing.
mhm.
So during that time he was contracts, he was signing contracts, and then he didn't make that decision. It was just Dwayne. Dwayne just like grabbed him and just put him in the movie.
That's so
Yeah, yeah, and people just are just like hating on Dwayne for doing that. They just
But
don't
it's
didn't
not
like him.
his fault because again, what I'm gonna say though is yes, did he have this idea of having Henry Cavill come back and play Superman? Sure, yeah, he did. Did is his celebrity cause of such a pull that the filmmakers be like, okay, yeah, sure, let's bring Henry back. Let's have him play Superman again.
Mm,
Yeah, sure, he has that. But ultimately, it's not Dwayne Johnson's decision. It is the filmmaker's decision.
that too.
And
That too.
they are the final decision makers in that.
Well, the
Um,
directors.
now,
I don't think
well,
it.
not
Well,
just the
one of
directors,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the people who it's everybody. It's not just the directors, producers, executive
Don't.
producers, all
Yeah,
that. But
I. Yeah,
it's like they
mm,
make that final decision. They're the ones that are like, okay, here's what we're gonna offer you. That's what they're gonna do. Now, could it
mhm,
have been like Dwayne's like, he's in or I'm out type of situation? Sure. But, like, you clearly had an idea that you really weren't keen on him being in the movie in the
mhm,
first place.
mm.
So what would it have mattered whether Henry Cavill was there or not? You know what I mean? 'Cause
Mhm.
ultimately, you're deciding that you don't want him there anyways, Dwayne Johnson. So, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, though, it's their decision. They could have kept Henry Cavill and say, "F you, Dwayne Johnson. We don't want you
Yeah.
anymore," and
Yeah,
still
but
kept him or kept him on some capacity. They're just like, "You know what? You don't fit our vision anymore. You were a great Superman for,
yeah.
what was it, 2, 3 movies? You
Yeah.
were a great Superman.
Mhm.
Those days are over. Sad but true.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let you go."
Yeah.
After I just gave up a role for The Witcher,
Mhm.
where that's now my bread and damn butter,
Mhm.
like,
I mean, he has money.
that is the
Yeah.
filmmakers. They are the ones that make the decisions, not Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Clearly, otherwise he'd probably still be there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's a whole what's it what do you call it? Like a drama like
Yeah,
drama, like a big
yeah.
whole
I
drama
do
in that
vaguely
situation.
remember hearing something. There's some sort of something between Dwayne Johnson and Henry Cavill. I do vaguely remember hearing it,
Mhm.
but I just didn't know the details, so I just never read up on
Yeah,
it.
it's
But
something like
yeah,
yeah.
no, I remember kinda hearing
Yeah.
hearing this.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that he got like, the Marvel role. He's been we've been wanting to see him in a Marvel role,
Hey, if
like
it
as
doesn't
well.
work in the DC, coming
Yeah,
over to
but
MCU.
yeah, but then yeah, but James Gunn did say like he's open to seeing Henry Cavill back in the DCU again,
But
but
just
when
not
there's
as
no work.
Superman.
Yeah, not Superman.
So then what would he be?
There's rumors that he might be the Batman, another version of Batman, because like
Okay.
they're not counting Robert Pattinson Batman as a continuation in James Gunn's idea. It's like a
See,
Elseworld.
here's the thing with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Again, I'm coming from a perspective where I have not seen his version
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Um, it's on my to-do list.
It's a good movie.
I
It's a
heard
good
it was
movie.
really well done, but I do
Yeah.
remember when the discussions of Robert Pattinson playing the Batman,
Mhm.
which would have been like I think a couple years before filming even started, or
Mhm.
a year or
Mhm.
so before filming started,
Mhm.
that he was skeptical because he's like anyone who knows Robert Pattinson and kind of his thought process on certain things,
Right.
he is the furthest thing from athletic. The furthest thing from
Oh yeah.
athletic.
I see. I
Um,
see. Yeah. He's not gonna get buff like
no,
a
not even
Ben
that.
Affleck. Yeah.
He's just not athletic. He's like he's done like things
Mhm.
like on Harry Potter or Twilight where he's
Mhm.
had to have been athletic because then again, anyone who knows the Twilight universe
Mhm.
knows that his character Edward Cullen is like the fastest runner,
Mhm.
all of that. They play baseball, like it's a whole thing. Like the family's meant to be athletic.
Mhm.
But even him running for him to be have vampire speed was like a stretch for him because it's like, I don't do this. This is not who he is.
Mhm.
So the discussions that are hearing about him being the Batman, I'm like, how is this supposed to work? Because like he has just forever said in interviews, athletic and me don't go together. So it was
Mhm.
interesting to kind of hear that he was going to do this movie. And not only that, again, I think Robert Pattinson, I don't picture Batman. I don't picture the moody Bruce Wayne. I just don't.
Really?
Um, I no, I didn't. But
Huh.
maybe that's on me because like I've seen many of his older movies and stuff
Mhm.
where I'm
Mhm.
like, maybe he could pull it. Like
He pulled it off really
he pulled it
well.
off.
Yeah.
The thing
Yeah.
is
It's
that
just that
Robert
yeah,
Pat
I do agree with Moody.
even
Yeah.
him, he's like, I don't know if I can pull this off because
Mhm.
even though he is an actor,
Uh-huh.
he at least then when he was still doing like Twilight and some of the other movies that he was doing around that time, he he never really saw himself as an actor, but he's a really great actor, so I shouldn't be surprised that he was able to pull it off because I mean, he's some of the roles that he's played, it's like he's fantastic. I'm not talking just Twilight or Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking like anyone who's seen his older stuff like um The
The
Lashes or
the devil, it's a part time. What was it called? The devil is part time. He did one with Tom Holland. The devil. That was a good movie.
oh,
I
I
actually
heard
liked it.
about I haven't seen that one.
That one's good. You got to watch
I
that one.
haven't
That
seen that
one's
one.
really good.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I have not seen a Robert Pattinson movie
Yeah,
since
yeah.
um what movie did I watch? I know I did. I don't know if I've seen a Robert Pattinson movie since Breaking Dawn. Like I don't that which would have been a Twilight movie.
Mm,
He did like movies. Oh no, I did watch Cosmopolitan. That
hmm
was a weird movie.
hmm
No offense. He was good. It was just a
hmm
weird ass movie. Um, but that was, I think, the last movie that I watched. But that was one that he did around the time of Twilight.
hmm
So that was still an older movie. But I haven't seen a lot of his newer stuff. But I have he's been doing incredible. I just haven't been really following his career in that sense. I mean, which is like incredible for someone like I attested to being like, I love our pets. And I do. I've been watching him since I was 14 years old. I fell in love with him the minute I saw him jump out of that tree at Cedric Diggory. But I just haven't watched a lot of his newer stuff lately. But
hmm
one day I will get on it. I'm still like in the sometimes I want to watch Water for Elephants. That was the last one I watched.
Waterfall. Okay.
Yes, that is the last one that I watched, and he did that
hmm
after Twilight.
hmm
I love Water for Elephants. Anyone who hasn't seen it, Disney Plus. It is such a good movie. The book is fantastic. My mom bought me the book for my birthday. The book is fantastic. The movie is so good. I love that movie. Um, so that was the last movie I watched was Water for Elephants. I completely forgot about that movie. But yeah, that's a really good movie.
Okay.
But again,
Yeah.
that's still a
Yeah.
lore movie.
Yeah. 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 But yeah.
But yeah, I will watch
Yeah.
Batman one day. Then
Yeah. Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
see,
So.
I do want to see
Yeah.
moody Bruce Wayne of our Pattinson. I do want to see it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised that no, he wouldn't come back, um,
Well,
as Batman.
they're
I would,
doing a
yeah,
second. They're doing a second bat. Well, it's Elseworld. So like he
but
did.
it's not him. It's like I've heard rumors of like Michael Keaton is coming back as something. Like I don't know
Oh
what their vision
no
is,
no no.
but I've heard something about Michael Keaton, and
That's
I'm
a
like,
rumor.
what? What's going on? Where's Michael
Interesting.
Keaton coming
It
back?
has to be a rumor because I did
I
just
don't
saw
know
something with like Chris. He said it. He still wants what's his name as Batman. So
who.
like Robert Pattinson. So like
Bring him back.
that's not.
Do
Hmm?
it. Yeah, bring him
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
whatever.
Because that's why I'm saying like James Gunn. It's not James Gunn's vision, but like the thing is like he's keeping it as an
Like,
Elseworld, so it's not a
yeah.
continuation
Okay.
of his DCU. So it's
Okay.
different. So like he's continuing it. He's okay with it. He's good. He's good with it. But
Okay.
he wants his version of Batman. So he's gonna have two versions of Batman. So if Henry Cavill wants to be Batman, he he can be Batman, right?
Hmm.
I think he'll be a good Batman. I really think Henry Cavill can be a good Batman.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it too. So but
Isn't
yeah,
Henry Cavill also British?
yes, he is.
So we're just
Same with
doing the British Batmans.
well, same with Tom
The,
Holland. He's
the,
British.
the,
Tom Holland British too.
yes, he is.
Yes, and
See,
I was shocked
this
when
is the
I
thing. The Brits are better.
they're good actors and
Oh, they are.
you Top Boy. You see the Brit. No, I don't think it's British, but like the UK slash England slash
Well,
they're
England's part of
pretty.
the UK.
Hmm? Yeah,
England
yeah.
is a part of the UK.
Yeah, my bad. I keep
It's my okay.
UK
I
and
gotta remember what
British.
my boyfriend says. UK includes
Yeah.
England, Ireland. Wait,
What's
Ireland,
what's
England.
Brit?
Okay, England, Wales.
Uh-huh.
I think Ireland
Uh-huh.
and Scotland
Okay, so what's
is the
British?
UK.
What's British?
That's England because they
Oh,
have
okay.
British accents.
Oh, okay. Let me just see if what Tom Holland is. Let me see. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I
I'm pretty
keep
sure he's
confusing.
British. He's probably just like I don't know. Have actually He has a pretty typical British accent. Like he doesn't have like a you know how some British people can have a really
United Kingdom.
distinctive British accent, but yeah, he's British.
United Kingdom. Kingston upon Thames?
Thames?
Thames, yeah, Thames, yeah. United Kingdom, yeah. He's
Where's that?
hmm, yeah,
Like
yeah.
where in the
They're
United Kingdom is that?
Kingston
Uh, oh no,
upon
searching it.
Thames.
Tom Holland, English actor. Yeah, Kingston upon Thames, United Kingdom. I've never like where is that? Oh, it's a town in England.
Mm.
It's a town in England, colloquially known as Kingston, a town in the royal borough of Kingston upon Thames,
Mhm.
uh, southwest London, England. It is situated on the River Thames, 10 miles southwest of Charing Cross. It is an ancient
Mhm.
market town, notable as the place where some Saxon kings were crowned. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Robert Pattinson is just from London, but
Okay.
yeah, he's from London, England. But yeah,
Yeah, are they all together? Like, are they like British and the UK? Are they all together, or I feel like that's a stereotype in my opinion.
no, no, no. Not everyone in the UK is British, so you could be Scottish or Irish
Right.
or Welsh if you're from Wales. So
Interesting.
no, that's United Kingdom is
Huh.
just like I don't know why they do it that way. I just
I
I
feel like
just
they're all lumped together.
they are lumped together like in terms
Oh,
of like
yeah.
the United Kingdom, but
Yeah.
they're separate. They're all part of Europe, but they're all separate
That's what I'm saying.
countries
Europe.
in the
They're
UK.
Europe and Brit. I'm like, okay. All right. So,
Europe is the
all right.
continent for which they're in,
Huh.
and it's the UK is within Europe. I know it's confusing, but like that's
Yeah.
I never wanted to say like what and I never knew exactly what was a part of the UK,
Mhm.
but it was my boyfriend that told me it's those four countries is makes the United Kingdom. Like he lived in England, so I'll take his word for it.
Okay.
He lived in Manchester for a
Yeah.
time, so
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Like that's the room that's going on. So like, hopefully things come into effect. We might hear some news about Batman 2, and then James Gunn's Batman as well in the near future. So uh,
there's so many movies I need to watch. That one, I still need
yeah,
to watch. I need to watch Wicked.
yeah, the part 2 is coming to that as well. So
Yes, I know. I
yeah,
gotta watch Wicked. But I
yeah.
watched watched some clips that people posted of
Hmm. Hmm.
Jesus Christ Superstar with Cynthia Erivo and Adam Lambert
Hmm.
and I personally was watching to
Yeah.
see if I could see Joey Taranto for those people who listen to um uh his podcast with Ellen Marsh. But I did see him. I did see him. I did see
Mm.
him. Anyways,
Yeah,
um
yeah, yeah.
dancing his little ass off. But anyway, um
Yeah, yeah.
that show was the little bits I saw. I mean, I was in tears. I'm like, this it's so good. So good.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
enough of
Yeah,
that.
you kind
Anything
of
else?
we kind of went off the wheel. Like, we went on from
We did.
CTE to, well, it kind of like went to like this
We started off
Hollywood,
with like Dwayne
yeah,
Johnson, then we kind of
wrestler to
just yeah
wrestling to
went
Hollywood, yeah,
into
Hollywood,
that.
and yeah, but but yeah, probably we'll talk about more in the near future about that. So like, stay tuned for that. So anything else you want to say about this?
But CTE?
That's
No.
CTE, or that's okay. All right. So this ends episode 128 of the Next Tape podcast. The Next Tape podcast is available on all podcast platforms. We also have a website called Tanyka.
Next take podcast.podpage.io.
And where else are we at?
Facebook and Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod.
And you can contact us at email at mikeltanyka@gmail.com. That is mikeltanyka@gmail.com. So, yeah, CTE, and we talked about also Hollywood. This was supposed to be a one topic, so it turned into
Turn into two.
yeah, two. So like basically Hollywood,
Now I want to watch
and
Twilight.
CTE. Yeah. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. So, anything else you want to say, Tanika, or that's it?
I'm gonna watch at least Robert Pattinson be a moody vampire. If I don't
Oh,
get to see him be a moody Batman. Wait.
right, right. All right, all right. Okay. So I'm Mikel, and
And I'm Tanika.
we're out until
Next week.
all right. Peace, guys.
Bye.